Hey, we're here with Jeff Jarvis, who does the terrific Buzz Machine. Jeff, how you doing?
All righty.
Good, good. Well, we've had a fascinating discussion about all sorts of issues. I want to talk about a little bit about big trends on the web. You've been monitoring them for a long time because you're like me, old as the hills in the web space.
My hair's white, yours is.
I know, but I dye my hair, so but let's not go into that. So, what is the most overhyped trend right now, from your perspective?
The most overhyped trend, Yahoo's rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation or demise?
That's the problem. It's going to be the demise. I don't think they have a strategy. And
Really?
I think there's a lot of talk going into how they're going to change what Yahoo can be, and I think that Yahoo is the last old media company that operates in old media models.
Do they have any chance? As you know, I'm obsessed with Yahoo.
If they truly exploded themselves, but I don't think the culture is going to allow it.
And
The
what do you
irony
mean,
of
like,
Yahoo is they're already too old.
Exploded themselves how?
I think they should take everything they do and make it exportable and make it available for me to use on my site, and
Right.
they should turn into the ultimate, widget company.
Right.
And should enable people to make what they want to make.
Right.
Instead, the old media model is, no, we make it. We
Right.
license it. We're going to advertise and spend money to bring you in here.
Right.
Then we're going to shove ads down your eyeball.
Right.
Until you're gone.
Well, how do they make money then?
I think they make money because they put advertising behind all that. They become part of a larger network.
Right.
Rather than trying to own something, they
Right.
just enable something. That's what
Right.
Google does.
Right.
I think that in media we should all be asking, what would Google do? WWGD. Should be on our bumpers, right? And Google says, Google is in fact many
The
times
religious
larger.
people are coming right after you.
Yes, but Google's so many times larger than we know it is. Right? I mean, measuring the traffic on Google is insane.
Right.
The ad that's on my page, the first commercial widget, as AdSense, makes me part of Google.
Right.
The maps I put there, the videos I put there, Google is everywhere, and it's
So-
10 times larger than we think.
Exploding Yahoo and Google is Jesus. Okay.
Yes,
And now,
yes.
talk a little bit about reporting, because you ran magazines, you started different journalistic efforts. You're doing a course this year. Where at?
City University of New York's Graduate School of Journalism. It's a mouthful. It's a brand new school, 1 year old, and I'm teaching a course this fall on entrepreneurial journalism.
And tell me what that means.
It's no longer an oxymoron, I hope, because my journalist students are learning that they're going to have to be independent. They may
Right.
have to run their own businesses. We all in journalism need to find a way to make journalism sustainable as a business, or else
Right.
it's going to go away.
Because journalists, especially business journalists, know nothing about business. You know that.
Well, in fact, when I came to journalism school, we were told, don't know anything about it. Don't get near those people.
Right.
But in fact, that meant that the people, we weren't in control.
Right.
Well, now we've got to take responsibility for our journalistic and business fate. So the idea here is the students will come up with ideas and proposals for new, sustainable journalistic enterprises and products.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have people, experts in New York, because we're right here, come in, VCs, content people, marketing people, so on, and revenue people. And then at the end, a jury will select the best of their proposals.
And where do you see journalism going in the future?
I think it
very
becomes
briefly.
more collaborative. That's what I hope for. I'm also, not to plug another thing, but I'm doing a conference on October 10th at CUNY on networked journalism, which is my fancier way to call citizen journalism. Because I think
Although, Walt Mossberg called citizen journalism citizen surgery.
I know,
Like
I've heard
citizen
that argument, but I think that's, but you know what?
Good
That's
line.
why we have a role.
Right.
So that if you dispatched all of your readers to find out something together, they could report something that no 10 of you, 20 of you could even do.
Right, I
Not
agree.
even
The Borg idea. The
Exactly.
Great
So if you
mind.
bring all that together, and you have a role of enabling that, of encouraging that, probably of educating people how to do it right. So I think there's a role for the professional journalists in this relationship. But as the institutions shrink, journalism doesn't have to. I think journalism can in fact expand if we're generous and think of ourselves as part of that larger network.
And lastly, the prospects for magazines and newspapers as they are. Oh, that's a bad sigh there.
It is a bad sign. I come from, I go to London.
That was
where
like the kind the doctor says when you're about to die.
oops or oops.
Oh.
Do you really want to ask me that?
Yeah.
I go to London a lot. I write for The Guardian, consult for The Guardian, and I love those folks. And I love the race for innovation that occurs there. The Guardian and the Telegraph and the BBC and the Times are all fighting with each other to do new things.
Right.
Here in the U.S., media have been gigantic, monopolistic beasts where they got lazy. And they don't have in their DNA the ability to change and innovate, I don't think.
Can they?
I don't know. I really don't know. And I hope they can. I wish they can. But part of the reason I'm working on innovation at the journalism school is that maybe we have to do it from the outside. I was at a panel somewhere at one point with Barry Diller and Terry Semmel at the time. And Diller said, we really can't invent. And Semmel argued, well, no, we got innovators. And Diller said, no, I don't mean that. I mean invent, create new things. That's where we're buying it. And so maybe that is what has to happen. Maybe newspapers and magazines have to buy things. The New York Times just added Freakonomics as a blog. They didn't buy it.
Right.
They came up with a new relationship.
Right.
Maybe that's the way we've got to head here, where the big institutions enable and help and nurture the innovation that goes on outside. That's the only hope I see right now.
Oh, Jim.
Newspapers, I think if they stop defining themselves as paper and really blow themselves up, Mr. Murdoch
A
talks
lot of-
about maybe getting rid of the paper Wall Street Journal.
Who? Mr. Murdoch? I never heard of him.
We got to think like that. We got to think a few years ahead and say, where are we headed, and let's get there. Right now what's happening in the U.S. is they're following along and waiting until the axe hits the head. So the San Francisco Chronicle lays off a quarter of its staff.
Right.
When for the last few years, they maybe should have moved all those people over to online, over to new kinds of jobs.
So to sum up, exploding.
Exploding. Exploding is a good thing, though.
Okay. All right, Jeff.
And I think it's wonderful.
Except it makes you into little bits, but
Yeah.
thanks so much.
Thank you.